The Bride Comes to Yellow Sky by Stephen Crane. Part 2. The California Express on the Southern Railway was due at Yellow Sky in 21 minutes. There were 6 men at the bar of the Weary Gentleman's Saloon. One was a drummer, who talked a great deal and rapidly. 3 were Texans, who did not care to talk at that time, and 2 were Mexican sheep herders, who did not talk as general practice in the Weary Gentleman's Saloon. The barkeep's dog lay on the boardwalk that crossed in front of the door. His head was on his paws, and he glanced drowsily here and there with the constant vigilance of a dog that is kicked on occasion. Across the sandy street were some vivid green grass plots, so wonderful in appearance amid the sands that burned near them in a blazing sun, that they caused a doubt in the mind. They exactly resembled the grass mats used to represent lawns on the stage. At the cooler end of the railway station, a man without a coat sat in a tilted chair and smoked his pipe. The fresh-cut bank of the Rio Grande circled near the town, and there could be seen beyond it a great plum-colored plain of mesquite. Save for the busy drummer and his companions in the saloon, Yellow Sky was dozing. The newcomer leaned gracefully upon the bar, and recited many tales with the confidence of a bard who has come upon a new field. And at that time, the old man fell downstairs with the bureau in his arms. The old woman was coming up with 2 scuttles of coal, and of course the drummer's tale was interrupted by a young man who suddenly appeared in the open door. He cried, "Scrathy Wilson's drunk, and has turned loose with both hands." The 2 Mexicans at once set their glasses down and faded out the rear entrance of the saloon. The drummer, innocent and jocular, answered, "All right, old man. Suppose he has. Come in and have a drink anyhow." But the information had made such an obvious lift in every skull in the room that the drummer was obliged to see its importance. All had become instantly solemn. "Say," said he, mystified, "what is this?" His 3 companions made the introductory gesture of the eloquent speech, but the young man at the door forestalled them. "It means my friend," he answered, as he came into the saloon, "that for the next 2 hours this town won't be a health resort." The barkeep went to the door and locked and barred it. Reaching out of the window, he pulled in a heavy wooden shutters and barred them. Immediately a solemn chapel-like gloom was upon the place. The drummer was looking from one to the other. "But say," he cried, "what is this anyhow? You don't mean there's going to be a gunfight?" "Don't know whether there'll be a fight or not," answered one man grimly. "But there'll be some shooting, some good shooting." The young man who had warned them waved his hand. "Oh, there'll be a fight fast enough, if anyone wants it. Anybody can get a fight out there in the street. There's a fight just waiting." The drummer seemed to be swayed between the interest of a foreigner and a perception of a personal danger. "What did you say his name was?" he asked. "Scratchy Wilson," they answered in chorus. "And will he kill somebody? And will he kill anybody? What are you going to do? Does this happen often? Does he rampage around like this once a week or so? Can he break in the door?" "No, you can't break the door down," replied the barkeep. "He's tried it 3 times, but when he comes you'd better lay down on the floor, stranger. He's dead sure to shoot at it, and a bullet may come through." Thereafter the drummer kept a strict eye upon the door. The time had not yet called for him to hug the floor, but as a minor precaution he slided near the wall. "Will he kill anybody?" he said again. The men laughed low and scornfully at the question. "He's out to shoot, and he's out for trouble. Don't see any good in experimenting with him." "But what do you do in a case like this? What do you do?" a man responded. "Why, he and Jack Potter—" "But," in chorus with the other men interrupted, "Jack Potter's in San Anton." "Well, who is he? What's he got to do with it?" "Oh, he's the town marshal. He goes out and fights Scratchy when he gets on one of these tears." "Wow," said the drummer, mopping his brow. "Nice job he's got." The voices had toned away to mere whisperings. The drummer wished to ask further questions which were born of an increasing anxiety and bewilderment. But when he attempted them, the men merely looked at him in irritation and motioned him to remain silent. A tense, waiting hush was upon them. In the deep shadows of the room, their eyes shone as they listened for sounds from the street. One man made 3 gestures at the barkeeper, and the latter, moving like a ghost, handed him a glass and a bottle. The man poured a full glass of whiskey, and set down the bottle noiselessly. He gulped the whiskey in one swallow, and turned again toward the door in immovable silence. The drummer saw that the barkeeper, without a sound, had taken a Winchester rifle from beneath the bar. Later he saw this individual beckoning to him, so he tiptoed across the room. "You'd better come with me to the back of the bar." "No, thanks," said the drummer, perspiring. "I'd rather be where I can make a break for the back door." Whereupon the man of the bottles made a kindly but peremptory gesture. The drummer obeyed it, and, finding himself seated on a box with his head below the level of the bar, balm was laid upon his soul at the sight of various zinc and copper fittings that bore resemblance to armor plating. The barkeeper took a seat comfortably upon an adjacent box. "You see," he whispered, "this here Scratchy Wilson is a wonder with a gun, a perfect wonder, and when he goes on the war trail, we hunt our holes. Naturally, he's about the last one of the old gang that used to hang along the river here. He's a terror when he's drunk. When he's sober, he's all right. Kind of simple. Wouldn't hurt a fly. Nicest fellow in town. But when he's drunk, whoo!" There were periods of stillness. "I wish Jack Potter was back from San Antone," said the barkeeper. "He shot Wilson up once in the leg, and he would sail in and pull out the kinks in this thing." Presently they heard from a distance the sound of a shot, followed by 3 wild yowls. It instantly removed a bond from the men in the darkened saloon. There was a shuffling of feet. They looked at each other. "Here he comes," they said.